The picture we see of politics today is rancorous and partisan and ugly. That is an accurate picture, but it doesn't have to be. The truth is, when we focus on relationships and genuinely interact with each other and communicate about the things that matter to us most, when we find our shared values, we can make unlikely things happen in unlikely places. My story is one example. In 2010, Arizona passed the strictest anti-immigration legislation in the history of our country. This legislation, SB 1070, required police officers to inquire into the status of individuals they interacted with. It jeopardized families who did something so simple as give their neighbor a ride to church. Many of us opposed SB 1070 because we saw it a flawed solution to a very serious problem. But the bill passed easily, and its sponsor, State Senator Russell Pierce, went on to become the state Senate president. He declared Arizona the Tea Party Senate. And in 2011, he introduced 5 more anti-immigrant bills, each worse than the last. These bills ranged from denying undocumented students access to K-12 and university education, to requiring hospitals to determine the legal status of individuals in their emergency rooms and to report that to local authorities, to finally denying access to citizenship for children born in Arizona to immigrant parents. I knew that it was my responsibility to do what I could and use what I'd learned over the last years to stop this legislation. It wasn't enough just to oppose the bills, or even just to oppose Russell himself. We had to win this one. So I teamed up with Adam Driggs, a Republican state senator who had supported SB 1070. Together, we reached out to the CEO of the Arizona Chamber of Commerce. We had seen how SB 1070 hurt our state's economy and our reputation, and we knew we couldn't let it happen again. So we quietly began to devise a strategy. We carefully devised a legal and economic strategy targeted towards each senator we had to win over. For instance, I went and talked to one of my friends, a Tea Party senator. We talked about his own family history. His father had been born in a farmhouse in Pennsylvania to immigrant parents. If this bill had passed, his dad would not have been an American citizen. We reached out to the Mayo Clinic, which provides services to people from all over the world. If this bill had passed, Canadians coming to Arizona to get medical care could have been denied. Mayo Clinic testified in committee that this bill hurt Arizona's businesses. On the day of the vote, President Pierce put all 5 of those bills up on the board. And as we began to vote, the room fell silent. You could feel the tension and the nervous energy in the room. I remember standing at my desk and feeling my legs literally shaking beneath me. And as each senator's name lit up on the board, green for yes and red for no, I saw some of the most conservative senators in the state of Arizona voting no on this legislation. One by one, we defeated every one of those bills. And just a few short months later, State Senator Russell Pierce saw a resounding defeat in a recall election. Our new state Senate president, he voted no on all 5 of those bills. And today in Arizona, Daniel is finishing his medical degree. Dulce is becoming an engineer, and Joaquin will still be a doctor. In politics, we tend to see things as right versus left, black or white, Republican or Democrat. But if we want to impact meaningful change for the people that we serve, we have to be willing to work with people who are different than ourselves. We have to be willing to let go of our own ideas and embrace other people's points of view. In order for politics to work for people in this country, we can no longer divide and conquer. We must unite and conquer. Thank you.